Good afternoon. I have a brand new crochet pattern I wanted to share with you today. If you follow the link in this video description, you can download the free pattern. It's called the Celebration Poncho, and it is crocheted with Be So Fine yarn, which is my 100% bamboo yarn that is fingering weight. It comes 650 yards per ball, 4 ounces, and you'll need 2 balls to make this beautiful poncho. Hi Elisa, thank you. Thank you for watching today. And so not only can you make this, it's easy to make, it's fun to make, everything is joined together seamlessly. In other words, there's no sewing. You're going to create this triangle, then join these 2 triangles as you go, repeat the whole thing for the back side, and then as you do the border around the whole thing, let's see if I can adjust this so you can see the bottom too. Just slightly off balance here. Hi Margaret, thanks for watching. Let's see. Okay, so you can see how long it is now. So not only can you make this, it's easy to make, it's super easy to wear, but I'm going to show you how you can style it 6 different ways by making a belt and 2 ties. So obviously for the first part, hi Chris, hi Susan, thank you for watching. Hi Ramirez, thank you for joining. So where was I at? Anyway, so you can make the piece. This is wearing it front to back. Now the second way that you would wear it is turning it side to side. So now you have a V-neck and kind of an asymmetrical, maybe not asymmetrical because it is symmetrical, but you have a V at the bottom as well, and you have elongated hemline at your sleeve. So this would be the second way you can wear it. Hi Kathleen, hi Daisy, thank you for joining today. I think that these lines are actually incredibly flattering, maybe not with a white silhouette underneath. I would prefer to wear this silhouette with a much smoother tummy line and maybe even a darker silhouette underneath it. Hi Angie, thanks for joining. So here's the second way you can wear it. So now we'll go back to the first side. And I'm going to be for those of you joining me today, this is my brand new poncho pattern called the Celebration Poncho. It's crocheted in Be So Fine yarn. You'll need 2 balls to make this project. The link to get the pattern is in this video description. And this is how you wear it front to back. I just showed you side to side, so that's 2 ways to wear it. Now, if you make the belt that is included, this instruction is also included in the pattern. This is one of my favorite ways to make a belt. It's working chain 3 and 3 treble crochets in between the 2nd and 3rd treble on the row below. And it gives you this beautiful purled texture that is my absolute favorite way to make a crocheted belt. So what we're going to do, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on me or not, and if not, then we could always go to the mannequin. And obviously if you're doing this at home, you might want to do this on the mannequin. You're going to want to slide this through where the large triangle joins the small triangle in the center of the small triangle. And pull that through. Okay, then we're going to repeat that on the back side. And I'm going to try to see through it in the camera. Oh my gosh, I actually am kind of figuring it out. There we go, there's the second one. Okay, we'll come around. Now you're going to have this on the outside across the back, and you're going to go in outside to inside on this 3rd piece now. Here we go, I found it, awesome. I don't normally do this while I'm wearing it. I usually lay it out flat on my bed or put it on a dress form. Okay, now for the last piece, we're going to put it in the same spot, but from inside to outside. So you've gone in through the front, out through the back, across the back on the outside, in through the front, back in through the second half of the back out through the second half of the front. And now we're going to tie it, and we have a fitted belted. I don't know if you'd call it a caftan, a poncho still. It's actually a lot more like a top this way. And again, I'm wearing a white silhouette underneath today so that you can see all of the texture. You may not want to wear white underneath this. For this particular colorway, there's some tangerine, some raspberry, some red, some violet. You could wear any one of those colors, or you could wear a darker silhouette. You could go with, you know, an olive, or khaki would be beautiful underneath this. Black is always a go-to for most of us. I think if you were going to dress this up for evening, this would be gorgeous over a black dress or black skinny jeans or black pants and a black camisole. Tons of ways you could wear that as well. Now you could do this whole process again with the belted portion by turning it the other way again. So I don't know if I can do that standing here, but I'm going to just show you. If you turn it back from to side, oh yeah, we could do this too. You could also belt it this way. So now we'll go in through that same position where the small triangle meets the big triangle in the center, and we're going to go from outside to inside in the first piece of the front. We're going to go inside to outside in the first piece of the back. Thanks for joining, everyone. I really appreciate it. If I don't get a chance to answer you now, leave a comment, leave a question, and I'll be super happy to answer you after the video is done. Okay, we're going to go back in through the second half of the back, and we're going to go back out through the second half of the front. Again, you don't have to try to do this while you're wearing it. You could totally do that while it's laying flat on your bed or on the counter, or while it's on a dress form if you have one. But oh my gosh, look at that. You almost have kimono sleeves just like that. I actually think it makes me look thinner just from all the different lines and definitely the sleeves. Now you'd have to really, let's see. You just want to make sure that everything's coming out right. I don't have a mirror with me, so I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay, so there is now the fourth way to wear it. We wore it open, front to back, open, side to side. Then we wore it belted, front to back, and now this is belted, side to side. And wow, I'm just loving the sleeves that creates. Great silhouette. Okay, so that's the belt. Hi, Elaine. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now I made 2 chain ties, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I thought if we went from the corner to corner from, let's see. Okay, we'll get it moving front to back again. Chris has a question. Yeah, something light to wear over a tank top would be great for warmer weather, great for evening wear, great for all sorts of applications where you just want a light layer. And those of us who are trying to hide a multitude of sins, layering is a great way to cover up bumps, or actually just make yourself look a little more flattering without adding a lot of bulk. Okay, so I did the 2 corners, and I'm going to tie it. You could tie this in a bow and just wear it like that. Okay, I'm going to do the other side too. But wait till you see what else we can do with this. This is so exciting. You know, I have been styling projects that I made in a variety of ways for years, but I've never thought to teach styling about how before. And I think it's really fun to explain to people that just because something is worn one way in a photo does not mean that's the only way you can wear it. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, if we grabbed a rubber band or some pins, we could even style this in more ways. Actually, this is going to be more than 6 ways because I just thought of something else. So first of all, we've got it front to back, and we tied it at the corners, and just that alone has given us an entirely different shape and silhouette. But here's the other thing I think you could do. And this might take a little more finessing than standing here. I might have to do this off camera and take some pictures of it. But you can lace this up, you know, like lacing like sneakers or like a corset. You could lace this up halfway up the arm and create a kimono sleeve. And I think that would be spectacular. I'm going to go up a couple of inches just to give you the idea. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Iman and Yvette, thank you for watching. If you have any friends who are interested in this crochet pattern or in learning how to style their own patterns, remember, this isn't just styling techniques for this project. You could use this for any other crochet poncho that you already have at home. You could do this. A lot of these styling techniques would work with something that's not crocheted. What if you had a chiffon poncho at home? You could do any of these things with that as well. So if you have any friends who are interested in these styling techniques or in this pattern, please share this video. You know, if this ended up being your favorite way to wear this, you might want to add some crochet chain along the edge of this so that you could have easy spots like eyelets for lacing this up. You know, like a chain 5, skip 3 stitches sort of thing. But you can see I'm starting to work my way up the side. Thank you, Karen. All right, so thanks for your patience. Thank you for bearing with me here. This one's going to be a little bit longer, but I really think it's going to be so worth it. I think corset tying is so sexy and so pretty and just adds a different texture and a design element to your projects. If you're familiar with my body of work, you would be familiar with the fact that I've corset tied many cardigans and many V-neck pieces before. I've even a dress. I did a low back dress that had corset ties up the back for a little extra modesty. Very pretty. I love the texture of it. Yes, Susan, you're absolutely right. Loose, flowy arms definitely covers up our own arms. And for those of you interested, this colorway is called Sangria. It's Be So Fine yarn, which is my 100% bamboo fingering weight yarn. You'll need 2 balls. Each ball is 650 yards, but you'll need 2 of them to make a really large project like this one. The drape is absolutely fabulous. I hope you can see that. I hope it translates in the video. It just has such a beautiful drape and flow to it, which is also very flattering against your skin. Let's see how far up. Oh, we got a little ways to go here. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. And again, thank you for your patience. I know this is taking a while. It's going to be so worth it though. And remember, once you do it, it'll stay that way until you take it out. So it's absolutely worth it for styling at home. And you may notice that I kept the neckline quite wide, and that's because I love it when things dip off my shoulder. If you didn't like that, you could always adjust the amount of seaming you do at the shoulders so that you have a tighter neckline. I'm just a huge fan of things that dip off the shoulders, so I like wide necklines. Oh, this is looking amazing. Thank you, Elisa. I'm glad you like it. Elisa's in my knitting and crochet group. I'll be able to show her this piece live next week. There we go, definitely coming along. Okay, let's see how we're looking. Okay, definitely looking more like a top now than a poncho, or it's looking more structured, that's what I mean. But personally, I would go about halfway up in this style. I think I would lace it halfway up the arm just to give you that more of a kimono style shaping. Do I have a tutorial for this pattern? Do you mean the free pattern is listed on my website. The link is in the video description. If you're talking about a video tutorial, no, this is the first video I've done. It will come later, but the first video, or the first thing I did was write the pattern. No, first thing I did was make the poncho, celebration poncho. Then I wrote the pattern. Then I took the photos outside today. And now that the photos are up, the pattern is live, and I have a link for the pattern in the description of this video. And shortly, I can't decide, I'm not quite sure when, but very soon there will be a tutorial video on how to make this piece as well. It has really clever construction, something you may not have thought to do before, but is ingenious because it involves making pieces and joining them as you go without having to sew anything, which I love. It's funny, I love to sew, but I don't love to sew when I'm not sewing. I don't know if that makes sense, but if I'm crocheting or knitting, sewing's not my favorite thing to do. However, hand sewing, machine sewing are all things I enjoy, just not while I'm crocheting. Okay, so anybody that's joining me late in this broadcast, I highly recommend that you go back and watch it in the recording because I'm showing you 6 different ways to style this one celebration poncho. It's worked in Be So Fine yarn, and it takes 2 balls. This colorway is Sangria. It's a beautiful variegated yarn that has some tangerine, some raspberry, some red, some plum. Really beautiful. I also have 23 colors that you can choose from for this yarn, and when you watch this video in its entirely when you watch the entire video, you'll see that you can wear this in 6 different ways: front to back, side to side, belted front to back with this belt that you can make with the free pattern as well. And if you make the ties, you can also style it front to back, side to side, in either tying the corners or lacing up the entire sleeves. If you have any questions, by all means, please leave them to me live or in the recording. I am always happy to answer your questions. And just as a quick sneak peek before I go, here is what's coming next. I'm doing this crocheted bag in Be So Tender yarn, and this is what I'm working on next for tutorial videos and pattern. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.